Rachel Cowan with the Mersey News Live Roundup. This week we have been focusing on Merseyside's music scene, but first the headlines. Liverpool fans condemn the recommendations of an independent report into violence, the 2022 UEFA Champions League final in Paris as too little, too late. More than £70,000 has been raised for the family of murdered teenager Brianna Ghey. Liverpool FC has today welcomed the findings of an independent report into events surrounding the 2022 UEFA Champions League final in Paris. The panel ruled Liverpool supporters were not to blame for the scenes that led to the kick-off being delayed by 36 minutes last May, and stated UEFA and the French police were primarily responsible. Police deployed tear gas and pepper spray at the Stade de France as Liverpool fans were subjected to dangerous overcrowding at the turnstiles. The club has called on UEFA to implement the 21 recommendations made by the panel to ensure the safety of fans at future events. The Football Association says the behaviour of Liverpool fans saved lives. Meanwhile, solicitors Lee Day is currently bringing a group claim on behalf of fans against UEFA on the basis that they failed to ensure a safe and secure environment for those attending and could owe a legal liability to those who suffered physical and psychological injuries. Matthew Garnett was at the game.
I think the surprise came from the kind of initial response from France and from UEFA blaming the Liverpool fans, because it was a real big shock to learn that someone suggesting that Liverpool fans could have been involved with something like that, with such the history of the club having with similar kind of distressful situations like that in the past.
More than £70,000 has been raised for the family of murdered teenager Brianna Ghey. The 16-year-old was stabbed to death in Linear Park in Colchester, Warrington, on Saturday afternoon. A candlelit vigil is to be held across the UK for the schoolgirl tonight. Brianna's family said she brought a lot of laughter to those who knew her. A 15-year-old boy and girl are being questioned by Cheshire Police. Police powers have been extended following protests outside the Suites Hotel in Kirkby over asylum seekers being housed there. Missiles were thrown and a police van set on fire outside the hotel in what police have described as despicable behaviour. Officers said a number of people have turned up at the Knowsley Hotel with the intent on using planned protest to carry out violent behaviour. A dispersal zone was introduced over the weekend, but Merseyside Police have confirmed this has since been extended till Wednesday. Unprecedented strike action hit 150 universities throughout February. Liverpool universities are striking for better pay, working conditions and pensions. With strikes in full swing this week, university students share their experiences.
We just missed a lecture.
Because of the strikes?
Yeah, we've actually just come from one that was cancelled.
We're
doing nursing, so...
Yeah. When we go on placement and stuff, I think it'll affect us on placement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a member of the UCU, so I've been on strike last week. I'm not on strike today, but I'll be on strike later on this month.
I've missed a few seminars, but I can just work on it at home.
And in sports, Liverpool won their first game of 2023 with victory in the Merseyside derby last night. They beat Everton 2-0 at Anfield with goals from Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo. Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp gave his reaction.
Yes, the training week was really good, but now we have to bring it on the pitch, and it's still the basis for everything. The better you train, the better you play, usually. And so the whole week was a lead up to the game. That's true as well. And this is now, we needed this game, we needed the performance. Now we had it. Our people absolutely deserved it. I loved the atmosphere.
It was defeat in Sean Dyche's second game in charge of Everton, with his side rooted in the relegation zone 1 point behind 17th place Leeds.
Changes on, 15, 16 seconds, where we hit the post and we don't quite react as quick. We know that Liverpool are good on that kind of transition phase. I know they've had a bit of up and down time more recently, but they're still a good outfit. We concede a goal really without needing to.
That was the latest from the news desk. Now for our special look at Liverpool's music scene. And you can't really talk about that without mentioning Eurovision. BBC Radio Merseyside presenter remains the sole Liverpudlian voice on the airways as the run-up to Eurovision begins. Nuganen and Adamu will be one of the presenters on the brand new BBC Eurovision podcast. The Scouts presenter hopes that the podcast will highlight everything good about Liverpool. Matthew Welsh has more.
Gurnan Adamview presents Eurovision Cast alongside 4 other panel members. Her role on the podcast is to represent the fun, resilient and political side of Liverpool. She hopes that Eurovision presents an opportunity for a more diverse variety of accents on national and international programmes.
I would not want there to be a Scouse presenter just because it's Liverpool. And I would love whichever country won outside of the UK, they would use a Scouse presenter, rather than your typical, southern accents. So hopefully this opens up the conversation as to, inviting more northerners on flagship programmes and national and international programmes as well.
Previously, the UK has been known not to perform well in Eurovision. However, that all changed last year when Sam Ryder came close to being the first artist in the UK to win the competition since 1997.
He's made it cool again in the UK. I think for a long time we haven't taken it that seriously, but yet we've been really upset when we've got nil points. But he showed that if you are a big Eurovision fan and if the country is behind you and we absolutely love you, the rest of Europe would see that we're serious and we'll pick the right songs. So we can win it. And Sam Ryder has just proven that we can.
Matthew Welch, Mersey News Live.
Local musicians, stemming from buskers to professionals, are struggling to book gigs in bars and restaurants in the city centre. The artists are left to decide if they should perform for minimum wage to get out onto the music scene. Chloe Bush reports.
Musicians all over Merseyside are finding it difficult to book gigs in the city centre. And with 72% of musicians in the UK being self-employed, is it worth the risk? Artist Ben Pavley speaks out about the struggles of being respected as a professional musician, often being paid less than the minimum wage.
One thing that you constantly have to deal with, more so at the beginning but still deal with it to this day, is the misconception around doing music as a job, with the classic line of people saying, it'll be great exposure. The support slots that I've done for big artists that have been great gigs from a personal point of view haven't paid anywhere near as much as a bar gig, which can be frustrating at times.
So how can musicians get onto the hospitality scene? New duo Sean and Jasmine say it's all about who you know.
The real opportunities come from just networking and meeting different people on the music journey, and obviously being in the city you get to know, he puts gigs on, or you can get on that agency and they give you gigs and stuff. But it's good because through gigging in restaurants and stuff, you're more exposed to them getting gigs off just people who are here. So it's been good in that way because you build up a clientele of people that, and obviously social media is a great part of it.
This is Chloe Bush, reporting for Mersey News Live.
And finally, who could forget? Today is a day for romance, hearts and flowers, and remembering your song, that special tune that meant so much to you. We sent Connie Harpham onto the streets of Liverpool to find out whether memories really do stand the test of time.
Song, what is our first?
For the Beatles.
No.
What's the least romantic song you can think of?
Journey, Open Arms. Skeleton Sea.
Al Green, Let's Stay Together.
What about you? What song might you pick?
I would go something like Nirvana, but...
Yes, just like Starting Over.
Yes.
He loves this. Our lives together is so precious together.
That's all for now. Visit our website www.merseynewslive.co.uk for the latest.